Hey guys, what is going on? Jurgen from ZurGrinoSports here, and today we are back at it again with some more of our WWE 13 Attitude Era mode, this time in the off-script section, as we have completed the actual main portion of the Attitude Era mode. However, there is this extra bit of off-script stuff which gives you an insight to some of the other stuff that wasn't as popular and as instrumental to WWF at the time's victory over WCW in the ratings. So we started this off last time. We had two matches where Vader got buried, so that was unfortunate. And then we had the debut of SmackDown, or the first, I don't know if this was the debut episode of SmackDown, or if this was just an episode of SmackDown afterwards that we played, but we had our first match on SmackDown in the game, you know what I mean, so we had that last time. It was a nice change of scenery with the blue ropes and the lighter matte canvas coloring. I believe it's a little bit lighter. But yeah, it was a nice change of pace. I like the stage a lot. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been kind of giving them like a pass-fail rate in terms of how I like each of these off-script matches, because I think there's 10 total or something like that. But we've got this first Vader one, which I gave as like a fail, so they were 0 for 1 because you didn't get to play as Vader, and we've played as Kane a lot, so playing as Kane to beat Vader didn't make sense to me. This one I think I gave a pass, so they were 1 for 2. This one I think I gave maybe I can't remember what I gave this one, because you get to play as Edge, which is really cool, but also you get to beat Vader again, which is whatever. And I think this one got a good rating from me. So let's see how this one does. Acolytes versus Kane and X-Pac. I'm really hoping and assuming that we're going to be playing as the Acolytes, because we've played enough as Kane, and I think we played as X-Pac before in the main Attitude Era mode. I've got a little bit of a I don't know how to call it, because it's not technically a canker sore, or maybe it's just the early stages of one. I got some very annoying condition, I guess, in the roof of my mouth near the back of my throat. So if there are any like weird breaks in my speech, it's probably because of that. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't hurt too much, but because it's in the early stages. I was actually not going to record anything today, but I'm like, oh shit, if I'm about to get a canker sore, I'm not going to be able to record at all, so let me just get some out, get some in the bank, and then that way if I do get actually sick, then I already have something that I can work with. Anyways, Acolytes versus Kane and X-Pac, May 31st, 1999, Moline, Illinois, or Moline, but it's America, so I don't think it'd be Moline. I'm going to say Moline or Moline, something like that. Raw again, unfortunately, but the history. Bradshaw and Farouk teamed together to form one of the most dominating tag teams in WWE history, the Acolytes. They were as tough as they came when they formed the APA, drinking beer, smoking cigars, and raising hell on their way to winning the World Tag Team titles 3 times between 1999 and 2001. This highlighted match brings you back to their first Tag Team Championship win. Okay, good. As members of the corporate ministry, they challenged the current champions at the time, Kane and X-Pac, to a championship match on Raw. With a little help from Shane McMahon, they were able to secure the win. Perform clothesline from hell on X-Pac. Win by pinfall with Bradshaw pinning X-Pac. Kane and X-Pac is a very weird combination to have as tag team champions, but it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and crack open a cold one with the Boys Dead Meme. Please sponsor me. This is going to hurt to drink, but it's worth it because Peace Tea is that good. Please sponsor me, fellas. Damn, it hurts so good. Alright. We got X-Pac. I'm pretty sure we've seen his entrance, but we'll watch it anyways. Here he is. Main man. I wonder, so he isn't on the mustard diet right now. You know what I mean? But you know, still looking pretty decent. Nice little callback, I guess, to 2K20's My Career. X-Pac be on that mustard diet in that game, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. I know it sounds weird, but I low-key get Vietnam flashbacks from that series. Like, I'll check out some shit on my channel in the studio and just look through some shit, and then I'll see a thumbnail for one of those uploads that I did on 2K20, and I'll just get, like, just a flashback, and it just traumatizes me. I'm like, oh shit, that game was trash. So, yeah. We got Kane right here. We'll watch all the entrances because this is a tag team match for the champions, because we've seen them before with Farouk and Bradshaw, because it was before he was JBL. We haven't seen those entrances yet. I'm going to assume that they have a tag team entrance. I hope that they didn't do them dirty like they did the New Age Outlaws and give them a generic tag entrance, but I'm going to assume that they did, because New Age Outlaws were a much more popular tag team. So if they don't have a specific one, I'm going to assume that Farouk and Bradshaw do not. I'm just going to call them APA instead of the... yeah, this looks generic. This looks very generic. I'm gonna just call them the APA instead of the Acolytes. I guess I'm assuming they were called the Acolytes because they were part of the corporate ministry, and then maybe when that angle died off, they rebranded as APA. I'm gonna assume that's what happened with those guys, or maybe they were APA first and then after they or then they did this and then they went back to APA. I don't know, because when in 2003 on SmackDown they were APA. Because they were still kind of together. I wonder what happened there, because they were APA up until pretty much Mania, and then just after Mania, JBL just got a random rebranding, or repackaging, sorry. I don't know if maybe Ron Simmons was just like, you know what, I'm done in ring, don't worry about it, or if it was a creative decision or something. Like, I wonder what happened there. But, yeah. How do I play this game? Alright. Let's see if I can remember how to play. Perform the clothesline from hell on X-Pac, and then and then win the match against him as Bradshaw. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Shane. Hell yeah, Shane. Drop the ropes on him. Yes, sir. That's a nice little taunt right there. X-Pac, what you doing, bruh? You drop down, huh? You little bitch. Get out of here. Whoop. Oh, I'm sorry, ref. You got in the way, Charles. You got in the way, Lil Nate. Lil Nate, you got in the way. You know what, though? I'm actually just going to tag in Farouk right now. Because if Kane's in here, there's no point in having Bradshaw in here. And we might as well explore Farouk's moveset and all that shit. So we might as well do that against Kane. And then once Kane decides to tag out, we'll tag Bradshaw back in. And then get the objectives done. Let's shoot you off the ropes here, brother man Bill. Let's go. Boom, he reversed me. Okay, that's not too great. That is not too great at all. That's not too great at all. But guess what? I can reverse too, you little bitch. Boom. Got him. All right. Let's get him with another. Oh. Hey. What the fuck? No way. No way. You can tell this is around the time when they started getting lazy with the movesets. It was actually well before this, but like they were really lazy with the movesets. A float over DDT from fucking Ron Simmons. Bro, I'm not saying he ain't athletic, but come on, dog. A dude that goddamn fucking swole? Doing that shit? Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. That ain't happening. Hey, yo, if there's video evidence out there of Ron Simmons doing a float over DDT, please send it my way. You know what I mean? Please send it my way and shut me up. But, yeah, I don't know about all that, Chief. I think he reversed that. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I sincerely doubt that Ron Simmons, even in his prime, could have done a float over DDT. Once again, a dude... And that shit? What the fuck? Like, I'm gonna keep it 100 and tell you guys, what the fuck? Why am I groggy after that? I'm gonna keep it 100 and tell you guys that I didn't really watch much of Farouk. By the time I started watching, it was late 03, early 04. like I said in '04, Ron Simmons wasn't really doing anything, and JBL was repackaged as JBL. I should have said Bradshaw was repackaged as JBL. And then in the ending stages of 2003, APA wasn't really getting much TV time from what I can remember. So I never really watched him wrestle at all in his peak, in his prime, I should say, and certainly not really ever in my in my career, in my wrestling fan experience. So I don't know, man, but like a dude that built, like, I don't know. Then again, Jeff Cobb does some fucking crazy shit, and he's built fucking, he's swole as fuck, so he's a big dude. So maybe I'm just talking out my ass. When am I gonna beat you up enough for you to tag in X-Pac, brother? Can you just go ahead and tag in X-Pac, please? Boom. Come on, man. Come on, Kane. Come on, Kane. Get you with a good old belly to belly. See, that's the type of move that I buy as Ron Simmons doing. You know what I mean? Or Farouk. Yo, funny thing about Farouk though. Oh, he reversed me. I remember when I was younger, I was doing a Shut Your Mouth season mode when I was younger. And I had to, I think, defend the WWE. I was on SmackDown. I think I had to defend the WWE Championship against him. And I was undefeated in the season mode up until that point. Because, like I didn't play on Legend back when I was a kid. I probably played on normal or hard. More realistically, normal. I probably didn't know how to change the difficulty as a kid. I probably just picked up the game and played, so it was probably on normal. But also, I was a kid, so I wasn't really learning how to play. I was just kind of doing random shit for the most part. Ooh, nice DDT. So, you know, I had to defend it, and my very first loss was against him, and it pissed me off so bad because I was playing as Brock. That's the thing, you know. Oh, there you go. I was playing as Brock, I'm pretty sure. So, Brock, the fuck, X-Pac? You okay, brother? Kicking out of my fucking finisher at 1? I don't know if you got resiliency or if you're just a bitch, but I don't appreciate it either way. But, yeah, so Brock's like a 90-something in that game, and Farouk was like an 82 or something like that. He was on the low end of the overalls. So when he beat me for that title, I was so upset. I don't think I played that season mode again. I think I rage quit and then went and played like Here Comes the Pain instead. Or then again, I didn't really play Here Comes the Pain much as a kid. I played one season again as Brock. I was a big fan of Brock as a kid. I'm a big fan of Brock in theory now. I'm not a big fan of Brock in practice. I'll say this. I'm a big fan of first run Brock. The Brock that gave a shit and would do fucking incredible shit and was there every week. MMA Brock, not really my cup of tea. When he was fucking murking dudes and he buried John Cena and shit, it was nice and fresh. For those that first 6 months to a year that he did that, it was nice and fresh, and it was a nice change of pace for the WWE because they didn't really have a guy who did that for a while. So that was nice, and I was a fan of him, and plus I was just really sick of John Cena. So when he hit him with what was it, 16 Germans, and then fucked him up at SummerSlam, I was on board with that. But then he got really stale, and it's whatever. The only good matches he's had since that initial run have been with one with AJ. I think the other was with Finn. And then maybe one or two more. And then that's been it. But yeah. I remember playing very little of Here Comes the Pain because every time I bought a disc, I would buy it used, and it would have problems because I couldn't afford the new version of the game. So I had to buy it used, and then by the time that I was buying it, the new copies weren't actually in the stores anymore, so even if I could have afforded them, it wouldn't have mattered. So, yeah, but don't kick out of this. There we go. So I always had to get used copies because it's like, I bought Here Comes the Pain for the first time maybe halfway through the SmackDown vs. Raw cycle, the first SmackDown vs. Raw game, like 6 months after it came out, I bought the first Here Comes the Pain. I bought it late because I didn't get into the wrestling games until SmackDown vs. Raw 2000, or the first one, I should say, and new though, Tag Team Champions. But yeah, I remember playing Here Comes the Pain at a friend's house because they didn't have SmackDown vs. Raw, and I was like, yo, this game is fun as fuck. I'm gonna go buy it. And then every copy I bought always had issues with the disc and would freeze and stuff. I remember the first copy of it I bought, I tried to play Ultimo Dragon against Ray, and it froze on Ultimo Dragon. No, it froze on Ray's entrance and then didn't boot up again. And I was like, well, that sucks. But yeah, yeah, the one run of Here Comes the Pain that I did do, I didn't save the game at all because I didn't have a memory card. So I got to the Rumble by leaving my PlayStation on every night. I would play after school, play a little bit, go to sleep with the PlayStation on, whatever. And then I got to Rumble, and I had won the Rumble. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to school, and I'm going to come back because I got up early that morning and played the Rumble for some reason. And when I came back, my mom had turned off my shit because she cleaned, and then I had lost a whole fucking... what is that? We almost a whole year of season mode, and I was like, oh, that sucks. And then I tried playing it again, and it froze again. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know why I went on that tangent. That doesn't matter. We're playing this game. We got Bradshaw's APA attire and Farouk's APA attire. Okay, so they would have been APA after this, is my assumption. Okay, yeah, that was fun. That was definitely fun. We got new tag team champions. We got to play as new people. That's all good, man. That's another check mark from me for this one. So they're 3 for 3, I guess, at this point. Because I'm just gonna give the Edge one a nil because Vader got buried again. So yeah, 3 for 6, not 3 for 3. 3 for 6, I guess, in this off script, in my opinion.